Okay, so here we are. I'm going to work out number 8. This is part 2 where I'm having to work it out using substitution. So it says Logan was given 2 baseball cards, then started collecting 3 baseball cards every week. Audrey didn't start off with any baseball cards but collected 5 baseball cards every week. When will they have the same amount of baseball cards? So let's see. I'm working this out on a brand new iPad given to us math teachers from the county. So thank you very much. And this is the first problem I've ever worked out on here. So we'll see how it goes. So here's the problem. Logan was given. I've already read it. So the very first thing you have to do is create a table or create an equation for each situation. So the very first equation. Is Logan. So we're going to say y equals, this is for Logan, Logan's baseball cards that he has is going to equal 3x plus 2. And the reason why is because he started off with 2 baseball cards and he collects 3 every week. What I taught my kids is that you can create a if-then table in order to find your rate of change, which is your 3, and also to see that your y-intercept would be a positive 2. So now let's create Audrey's equation. So we've got, for Audrey, she didn't start off with any baseball cards, so her y-intercept is nothing. But yet she saves 5 cards every, it's supposed to be every week. And some kids were being thrown off. They're like, well, what about, is a week 5 days or is it 7 days or whatever? You can just, as long as you stay consistent, doesn't matter. So anyway, so these are my 2 equations right here. And I'm going to use substitution in order to solve this. So I'm going to color code this so that you can see the substitution taking place. But I know that y equals 5x. So what I'm allowed to do is I'm allowed to substitute that in for y. And whenever I do that, the equation's going to look like this. 5x equals 3x plus 2. All right? Because you see that I just substituted that 5x in for y, because that's what y equals. Now I would just solve this just like normal, and different teachers teach different ways. I say you can pick a variable side and a number side and get rid of anyone that's on the wrong side. So the 3x right here is on the wrong side, so I need it to go away. So I do the inverse, which is subtracting 3x from both sides. And I've got 5x minus 3x is going to give me 2x equals 2. And then now this is like a 6th grade equation. I just divide this side by 2 and divide that side by 2. And I've got x equals 1. All right, so now I know half of my answer, half of my solution. I know x equals 1. So what I can do is I can substitute that 1 in for x into any one of these equations. It doesn't matter which one you use. And then I'll be able to find out what y equals. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to color code it again so you can see the substitution taking place. So we've got y equals 5 times, and what's going to go in its place is this 1 right here, because that's what x equals, 1. So whenever I do that, I've got 5, let's see, let me do it in a different color. We've got 5 times 1 equals 5. So y equals 5. So my answer is x equals 1 and y equals 5. Let me explain to you what this means. All right? Because you need to know, what does x represent and what does y represent, or else this problem's not going to mean anything to you, okay? In this situation, x represented the number of weeks that go by, and y equals the total number of baseball cards that have been collected. So what this answer means is that after 1 week has gone by, then they will have the same number of baseball cards. Oops. So cards, which they both will have 5 baseball cards. That's what this means. So they will have the same amount of cards after 1 week. And that number of cards they'll have is 5.